Hello, Epic Noob here. Today, let's talk about silver. What is silver and why it's important and why it matters. And silver has been around for a long time, probably thousands of years. And in that time, silver has withstand many challenges, right? The country comes and goes, empire comes and goes, currency comes and goes, uh, disaster comes and goes. But one thing that stands out is really the precious metal, right? The gold and silver has been around for the test of the time there. So let's talk about silver. So what is silver? Well, silver is a metal, uh, widely known metal that's been around for thousands of years. And silver, together with the gold, has played an important role. In fact, they still do. While in our modern day, we may use silver for solar panel, perhaps, even electric car, mobile devices, computers, but the use of silver in medicine, in art, in jewelry, and coinage in our history has helped advance the civilization and technologies for thousands of years. So, anyway, to understand why silver is important and why it matters, I think we first need to understand the history of silver, where it came from and how it started and where it's heading. So, for instance, during 3000 BC to the Middle Age, we used silver mostly for trade, and it became a common currency for trade essentially. And in some cases, it even became the silver reserve. I think it was in Germany in early times. But in the 3000 BC to Middle Age time frame, the silver and another use of silver was to fight bacteria. So, for instance, people would silver. Uh, they would use silver for wine and food containers, so that would help prevent food spoilages. Uh, they would even use silver during a breakout of the plague, especially during the medieval and Renaissance time period where people ate and drank out of silverware to protect themselves from diseases. And rightly so. The silver is a metal that's antibacterial property, so it makes sense. Then going forward, let's say in 1800s and to 2000s, we started to use silver even more things. For instance, we started to use silver in medical surgery. We would use silver, for instance, to stitch wound with the needle made out of silver. We would use surgical tools that were made out of silver to prevent post-infection. And then in 1900s, the doctor would prescribe even silver nitrate for eye drops. Then in 1960, NASA developed the water purification using the silver ion in, I guess, to kill off bacteria in the spacecraft. Then, of course, the Industrial Revolution drove the silver in various uses thanks to its very high sensitivity and reflective properties. It became a key ingredient in photography, for example, windows, and even mirrors. And even some of the skyscraper in our modern times still uses that for not just reflective, but to help with the temperature control, environmental. So anyway, then moving forward, if we look at uh, in 2000s to present time, while in our modern era, the silver use has become even more important. That almost everything that we use to make our life easier, right, our standard of living, has some sort of silver involved. Some of the example, for instance, we have water purification uses silver. All lot of electronic has silver. We're talking about laptop, cell phones. Some other gadget that has a motherboard that would have silver in them. And then even laundry detergent, jet engines, solar panels, electric cars, air conditioning, some of the long life batteries, and most recently when in the 3D printing, and I'm sure there's much more use for this silver. The possibility seems endless for silver, but there is no telling what we could use for it in the future. So now, silver has always been useful to industries and technologies due to its unique properties, from its antibacterial nature to high electronic conductivity. And today, silver is critical for the generation, especially the next renewable generation, as we get into this energy and technology era of coming decade. So as you can see, from Middle Age to our modern era, the silver has been used on various things, not just for jewelry and not just for coinage or monetary, but more importantly, is now becoming a metal that is being used more and more in the industrial usage. So, what's in it for us? I mean, what's important about silver? Well, the thing is, silver, because of its industrial use, we will reach a point in time where demand for silver will outgrow the supply. Anyway, that's in a nutshell a history of the silver. And in the next segment, we'll dive in deeper into a question of why silver matters. So stay tuned.